So, depression has really been around ever since humans first walked Earth. But from sources that have been discovered from times of ancient Greece is actually when they started looking into the idea of depression. There's accounts of philosophers and all sorts of other types of people just looking through and noticing that humans will have long states of just being down. And I believe it was started being called melancholia at first, and then it was named depression. Okay, Lily, what would you say your experiences on depression are?
My family has depression, or a lot of people in my family have depression, so I do have to be constantly around it. So it takes a toll on almost everybody.
About how long do you think you've been experiencing this?
Probably for most of my life. My family, like I said, my family does have depression, so I, again, am constantly around it.
Okay, so what do you think the situation in terms of mental health here at Madison is like?
I understand a lot of people have depression and anxiety and all of that, but they shouldn't let that get the best of them, and they should continue doing what they do best.
So, what are your experiences working with kids that do suffer from some form of depression?
So my experiences of working with kids with depression is a lot of the times, I'm always here to listen to them and just be an extra ear of support. But a lot of times if I feel like they need extra support, like having a counselor, or if there's something that can help with talking to a parent, sometimes I'm kind of that middleman that helps get them into counseling, or maybe explain something to parents so that parents know what's going on with students, but also just being here to listen to them and help them with whatever that is that they need to with their depression.
Yeah, so how often do you think you'll run into a kid every now and then that would need some help?
So kids that may need help that I have come into the counseling office for depression is I would say a good number of kids are either dealing with depression or anxiety. Those are probably the two main things that I see students for. And so for those students that need help, I would say that most of the kids who have depression is figuring out how to get them some sort of outside help, an outside counselor, or whether it be like a group support, friendship support, things like that. So most kids who are suffering with depression, that's something that definitely I get them some outside support.
So what do you think the best course of action is if you do know somebody that is suffering from this stuff?
If you do know somebody who's suffering from any sort of mental health, you might want to keep a close eye on them, and if you see something that could potentially harm themselves or others, you would want to tell a trusted adult.
Okay, is there anything else you want to say just on this entire topic in general?
It's tough to get through, but it's gonna pass. You'll be able to get through it.
Now, if there is a student that is considering suicidal thoughts, what would you think would be the best course of action?
So anytime a student is having suicidal thoughts, we have an APS protocol, which is called the same-day suicide assessment referral. And so what we do is we call the student's parents after talking with the student some time and kind of figuring out what is going on with the student. We call the parents so that parents can be aware of what's going on. And then we offer that suicide assessment at Southwest Family Guidance Center, which is a counseling agency in Albuquerque. Well, they'll do assessment at no charge and kind of see if that student needs a safety plan, if they need to go to the hospital for further, and like looking into what to do to help them kind of. So that's kind of, we're kind of like the beginning process of trying to get them more help, more resources.